Section 2. It is composed by Emily Dickinson. Before starting poem, let's see its icebreakers. Here, first question is: Life is an amalgam of happy and sad moments. Think of such moments in your life, pair with your classmate, and share both the aspect of life. Here, we have two columns. First column shows happy moments, and another means second column shows sad moments. Here, in happy moments, first moment is given winning the first prize in a competition. It is a happy moments, and the sad moments it is given here is losing your mobile, bicycle or wallet. Now in happy moments we have to find second and third happy moments. Here we can also say that second happy moments of our life is learning a new language, or we can also tell it learning a new art. Then third happy moments we also can tell that spending time with your family on a vacation. It is also a happy moments of our life. Now in sad moments we also can tell that losing someone close to you, it is our sad moments. And the third sad moments we also can tell that fighting over pretty matters and hurting your loved ones, it is our sad moment. Now the second question is discuss with your partner and find proverbs, idioms and phrases of similar meaning to the one given and fill them in the stars given below. Now we have to find some proverbs which is related or which is similar to this meaning. Every cloud has a silver lining. With the similar meaning we also can tell that all's well that ends well. It is similar to every cloud has a silver lining. Then third one is he who falls today may rise tomorrow. It is also similar with that proverb. And the last one is blessing is disguise. It is also similar to that lining. Here next question is when we look at the sky we find several objects. They stand for something or the other. Complete the following table by finding the significance of the given objects. One example is given to you here. We have some celestial bodies and it is association group. Here the sun, it is associated with power, heat, energy, commitment, etc. Now the second celestial bodies is the moon. It is associated with beauty, purity, calmness, youthness, etc. Then the rainbow, it is associated with happiness, promise, equality, peace, and we also associate rainbow as spirituality. Then the last one is the star. It is associated with guidance, protection, dreams, good luck and eternity. Now the next question is colors mentioned in the hexagons given below are associated with something or the others. Discuss with your partners and fill in the blank. Here one is given white. White indicates peace. Blue here is associated with gloom and tranquility. Pink associated with innocence and compassion. Yellow here associates with happiness and joy. Red, it indicated danger or anger sign. The last one is black. Black associated with power, mystery and darkness. Here the introduction of Emily Dickinson. The present poem There is Another Sky is an inspirational poem with a message of never say die. It is a Petrarch sonnet with octave and sestet. The poet is communicating to her brother through a letter. She encourages her brother not to get depressed under any circumstances and pleads with him to return home. Life is full of challenges. One can tackle the challenges with a positive attitude. The poem ends on an optimistic note. The brighter garden stands for choices that life offers to all. In this stanza, it is a sonnet of 14 lines. Through this piece, the poet is pleading with her brother to return home by comparing home to the place where her brother is currently staying. She cheers him up with promises of warmth and happiness at home, drawing similarities with the ideas of paradise. There is another sky, ever serene and fair, and there is another sunshine, though it be darkness there. Here, serene means peaceful and calm. In these four lines, the poet says that there is another sky, meaning that there is another place. Place here means home. For poet's brother to come back to. This heaven like place means home is peaceful and just. Home is full of sunshine. Warmth and happiness is also included in our home, though the place, the physical world where the brother lives might be full of darkness. Here, darkness means pain and sadness. Never mind faded forest, Austin. Never mind silent fields. Here is a little forest whose leaf is ever green. In another four lines, the poet addresses her brother and asks him not to focus on the faded forest. Here, faded forest means dull and gloomy forest, or the silent fields. Silent fields means emptiness and sorrow of the physical world. She tells him about a little forest. Forest here means home that is forever green, meaning that it never has a dull or gloomy moments. Here is a brighter garden. Here not a frost has been. Now in this couplet, she compares home to a happier garden. It refers to paradise, which has never been touched by frost. Here frost means darkness and pain. In its unfading flowers, I hear the bright bee hum. In this line, the poet's home, like paradise, is full of flowers that never fade. And in these flowers, the poet can hear the bee humming cheerfully. Preeti, my brother, into my garden come. In this concluding line, the poet pleads with her brother to come and join her in this garden that is full of love and warmth. A perfect place just like paradise. It is composed by Emily Dickinson. Now we are focusing brainstorming question. Discuss with your partner and complete the web, highlighting the sad and gloomy aspects of life mentioned in the first part of the poem. Here, first activity is given sad and gloomy aspect of life. Here one is given, that is darkness. The second one is faded forest, and last one is silent fields. Second one is the poet encourages her brother in the second part of the poem by telling him about the brighter side of life. Discuss with your partner and make a list of the expressions in the poem. That means encouragement. Here one is given brighter garden. For encouraging her brother, she also uses the word not a frost has been. Then third one she used unfading flowers and bright bee hum. The poet has described two different shades of life of human feelings by using imagery of various forces of nature in the poem. Pick out the terms or phrases that describe them. Complete the table given below. One is done for you. Here we are two rows, nature and feelings. Nature. In nature, faded forest. Its feeling shows sad or gloomy moments. Now the second expression is silent field. It indicates or its feeling shows sorrow or emptiness. Then the third phrase is little forest leaf is evergreen. its feeling, shows colorful or cheerful moments. Next question is, never mind faded forest Austin. The word faded means to become dim or faint. The word describes the forests that have become faint or dim in appearance. Now go to the poem again and complete the table. Here the table is showing describing words here: faded, silent, unfading and bright. Now we have to find its object and explanation. For faded, it shows object forest and explanation is the forest have become faint or dim in appearance. For silent, poet use objects fields and explanation is the fields are lying barren and empty. For unfading, poet uses objects is flowers. Here explanation for flowers is the flowers are vibrant and colorful. And for bright, poet use bee. The explanation of bee is the object is lively and busy humming while at its work. Now you have to find its examples. If you have any problem, then you can ask me. Thank you.